Areas of effect in D&D, spheres. Spheres are probably the easiest area of effect to deal with. They're very simple, you know what the shape looks like, and you just place them and hope for the best. So reminder of our three methods for handling areas of effect. Method 1 is theater of the mind, method 2 is miniatures on a grid, method 3 is miniatures no grid. If you're using method 1, it's just like any other area of effect. Grab the 2014 Dungeon Master's Guide, find the creatures in an area of effect table, and figure out how many creatures are affected. If you're using method 3, which is miniatures but no grid, you're going to find a circular template, place that wherever you think is appropriate, and see how many creatures' spaces are at least 50% affected. If you're using method 3, which is miniatures but no grid, use a circular template unless you're worried about flying creatures, and then place it where you think appropriate and see how many creatures are at least 50% affected by the template. If you're using method 2, miniatures on a grid, you start from a grid intersection and measure out from there. Now, this is one of the areas of effect where you don't have to worry about snapping to the grid, so you never have to have that discussion. So fireball, acid splash, whatever, very, very simple. If you're using the template method, then you're going to place your circular template over that grid intersection and figure out which creatures or which spaces are at least 50% affected by the template. This can get a little fuzzy around the corners, just like with cylinders and emanations, because you have to figure out, like, okay, is this square 50% affected? Sometimes it'll be obvious, sometimes it'll be close, so work it out with your DM so that nobody has to actually get out a calculator and do geometry. If you're using the token method described in Xanathar's Guide to Everything, then you just want to turn your spheres into cubes. It's a lot simpler. It does break verisimilitude a little bit because your fireball is suddenly a fire cube, but it really does make the game a lot easier to play, and it removes the need to do those fuzzy calculations. Now, unlike placing a cube, you can't slide it around to, break the grid a little bit and get some extra space because, again, you do have to start from the origin point, which is a grid intersection, which is always the exact center of the sphere, so you can't slide it around to hit extra targets.